What's good, ladies and gents? We are back for another react. This is going to be coming from Poetic Flacco. The G-Eazy allegations are horrifying. We ain't going to waste no time. We're going to see what's going on with G-Eazy. Don't really listen to his music like that, but yeah, let's see what's going on. Let's get to it.
G-Eazy just got accused of some really horrific things right before he was set to go on tour. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this G-Eazy situation. A couple of years ago, G-Eazy made a grave mistake, and that grave mistake has led to pretty serious allegations and hit pieces being made about him right now. And the grave mistake he made was rejecting a woman that he wasn't interested in.
Okay, since G-Eazy's going on tour, I have a story time about him.
Oh, here we go.
And to this day, I don't know if I got treated that way because I was black or because I was ugly. I still don't know. So I lived in Tampa, Florida at the time, and we used to go to this place called Water, WTR, all the time. And he was having a show there. This was like 2021, I think in like August. I went, I met up with a bunch of friends. We all got drunk, da-da-da. G-Eazy went on. I was the fangirl. I mean it. You know, your girl stuck my I mean it. And I was up there like, woo, woo, woo. I was recently single too, and I said, I want to go in the VIP booth with G-Eazy. I asked my friend Willie, I'm like, yo, how the I get in there? He's drunk as He's like, I don't know, but I'll walk you up there. So he like walks me up there, like where the security guard is. He leaves, he's drunk as I go up to security guard and I'm like, yo, how can I get in this VIP? I'm new to the game. I was like just like getting into like being a hot girl. I didn't know the game.
That's what you call it, being a hot girl?
And he thought I was funny. I've always been funny. Oh, ends up, I give him $50 so he can let me into VIP. Whatever. So I get.
Okay, so just off rip, he wasn't pursuing you. You were basically pursuing him. You was trying to get into VIP, be seen, be known. Okay. Got it.
Then I ended up talking to the girls, like the girls I was making friends with the girlies. G-Eazy comes into VIP now. I'm starstruck, right? I'm starstruck. I'm looking at him. He's like saying hi to all the girls. I'm trying to act cool. I'm trying, you know, like not look at him, like sip my drink and like not look at him and stuff. And then he comes over. He says hi to my friend. I guess they had like known each other before. And then he looks at me and he does this. He goes,
"What you doing
walks
here?"
Away. When I say humbled, at that time, humbled, I said, it was my villain arc. It was like where I was like, oh, I ain't that yet.
Her name is not important. The only thing you really need to know about this woman is her entire content is how much of a hoe she is and how she's so hot that men with blue checks want her, but she doesn't want them. But she's so thirsty that they are inboxing her that she screenshots every message from a blue check and posts it on her Instagram for validation. That's all you need to know about her, right? But apparently, G-Eazy not thinking she was attractive or fine was her villain origin story to be one of the greatest human pieces of you-know-what online.
Oh, I need to get finer. And not to say that G-Eazy is fine. At that time, I was obsessed with him. Now I know, cornball. Cornball! He always was looking like SpongeBob when he went to prom. Like, cornball. But now I know, you know what I mean? Like, I would never put myself in that predicament again. Now I'm the that puts on blast for being in my DMs and being cornballs. Like, I'm so honored to be here now. And like, thank God.
I'm telling you, man, that's the worst thing that you can do is do something like that to people like this, because all it takes is for you to give them the attention they want and they feel like, okay, now they're going to basically turn into that, like she said, that arch villain. Shouldn't have gave her no damn money, no attention, leave her where she was, you know, respectfully though.
God, G-Eazy didn't do anything with me back then. I feel like I needed that. Sometimes you need to be sat on your ass because you need to make moves that are in other directions. But and like I said, to this day, I don't know if it was because I was the only girl of color. There was an Asian girl. There was one Asian girl there.
I mean, you're not an ugly girl.
To this day, I don't know if it was because I was of color or if I was ugly. G-Eazy to the day I like legit lost a true down fan because of that day, because of the way he treated me that day. You. Don't be a stank ass. Don't be a stank ass, okay? Because karma gonna eat your ass up.
This might be out of my wheelhouse. I can't begin to imagine what
goes really on tight in the
about
mind
that,
of a
groupie. But I would imagine what took place here is in her little town, in the little community she's from, right? In her community of 4s and 5s, she's probably top notch, right?
Yo, Poetic really holds, he has no issue throwing shade, right? Like he's just 4s and 5s.
Probably rise to the cream of the crop.
He's sending all shots her way.
But when she goes to interact with somebody who has seen a world, who's well-traveled, who have women flaunting over him, that man looks at her as if she's weak. and she's never been told she's weak and she don't measure up before. But, and again, I can understand how that might hurt the ego of a young, aspiring groupie. But under no circumstances, all right, should that be the reason why you still hold a vendetta years later, so spiteful that you're willing to destroy this man's life because he didn't find you attractive? This is new levels. It could have been her energy too. I've never in my life seen anything like this before. So because G-Eazy rejected her, she dropped this video speaking on G-Eazy rejecting her. So then after she dropped this video, other women began to send her, I guess, testimonies of their interaction with G-Eazy. And with zero vetting, zero research, zero investigation whatsoever into any of these claims, as far as she knows, it could be random faceless trolls DMing her made up stories. She went on her Instagram with hundreds of thousands of followers and dropped videos that did millions of views accusing G-Eazy of horrific things.
So I came out with a story time yesterday about G-Eazy, about how he looked me up and down and I couldn't tell if it was because I was black or because I was ugly. Well, we've decided it was none of that, because G-Eazy is not racist, he loves black girls, and I wasn't ugly. But that is the least interesting thing about what I'm about to tell you. Trigger warning, sexual assault. I had about 19 people DM me stories about this man. Unprovoked, I did not ask for these stories, so I'm about to read you for legal purposes. These are alleged. I, however, believe all women. But for legal purposes, these are all alleged.
Do y'all see how disgusting this is?
So we don't even know if it's real.
Where conveniently, in this story, you are talking about your villain origin story and how you hate this man because he rejected you. And then a day later, you get 19 women DM'd you, right? Stories about G-Eazy essaying him. First off, like, that number seems random as hell. Secondly, you don't see anything problematic with random women on the internet I have zero history with. I don't know from a can of paint. I can't even confirm if these women are actual human beings.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you, man, that's the name of the game now. It's rough out here. So everybody, you know, a lot of them are gonna be hopping on that allegation. They want that allegation bag. You know what I'm saying? That is not going anywhere anytime soon.
Sending me messages of accounts of events that I have not investigated, I have not vetted, I have not done not an iota of research on, but I'm a plaster it to my audience while telling them we believe all women. So everything they're saying, take it as the truth, while simultaneously saying, hey, listen, man, I don't want to get sued. So allegedly, oh, yo, you is gonna get y'all karma, bro.
Pay attention, okay? Yo, I'm from the Bay. He went to Berkeley High with my friends, and he's a total cokehead loser. Feel free to tell everyone. I was a guest of A$AP Ferg, and this is when they went on tour together. I want to say it was 2016, 2017. Anyway, Ferg and I were friends, and I was at this after party, and G-Eazy came up to me, and like 3 of my white girlfriends, he was so aggressively nobody. And this cornball tried kicking me out of the party because I called him out for being a cornball when he treated me poorly. I was amongst like 4 women of color at this party. Yeah, it worked out though, because Ferg's people are like, they're like, no, she's good, she's a guest. Hated G-Eazy ever since. Not going to hold you. I saw your post about G-Eazy, and I will tell you he's a weirdo. I'm from a town near him.
Yo, how do we not know if these are people that she coached to send her these DMs so that she can make up these stories and stuff like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to rule out all possibilities, because really, all of a sudden, and what is this going to do for y'all now that this came out? What is it supposed to do for y'all?
I'm like 45 minutes away, and in California, that's not far. And my best friend went to the same high school as him, and she was a sophomore. He was a senior type. Girl, he's one of those grown-ass men that lingers around the high school after he graduated, like around 2021-ish. He was like kicking it with high schoolers, still like full-on smoke circles. Me and my bestie had to hit refresh on our minds, because why the you don't hang out with adults? And in the group of children, he deadass would act hot. Mind you, in Oakland, there's plenty of actual dope-ass rappers, and this man is still riding the Tumblr girl wave. I don't know. I've just always had weird energy from dude, but low-key some of his music. I hooked up with him and he assaulted me. He's a terrible person. Ripped all of my clothes off of my body and left me there alone to figure out how to get home, naked. I asked her when this was. She said maybe 4 years ago in 2021, 2022. He's an absolute piece of shit. Everyone seems to have similar stories. They came into the penthouse in NOLA one night and sat in a VIP section. Girls were coming and going, which I thought was kind of strange. They weren't throwing money. They were literally in there to solicit girls to be their third for the night, and literally no one wanted to go home with them, so they left. With no money in hand. Yes, he's sick. Him and his manager trapped me and my friend on their tour bus when we were 19, and his manager essayed my friend, then told her to not speak of it because he had a wife.
I'm not here to defend G-Eazy. I'm not here to tell you these allegations are true or they're false. That's not my place. What I am here to say is there's something really and disturbingly wrong with somebody finding glee and joy in revealing and exposing unvetted SA allegations on somebody who is a notable public figure because that public figure rejected him. The amount of glee she has reading this and smiling, and, if these things is true, if these women went through this, if G-Eazy was in his 20s coming back and messing with like sophomores in high school, then this should have been forwarded to the police. It should have. If those
exactly, it should have, but they seen it was G-Eazy. They were excited. They didn't think nothing of it. In that moment, you can say all of that now. Oh, he was a cornball. Why is he hanging out with these high schoolers? But you didn't say anything to him at that time because you were starstruck. You was okay with the idea of it then because you thought, okay, maybe I could befriend this person and he can get me into different doors and stuff like that. But now that you see that didn't happen for you, now it's like, all right, let me throw dirt on his name. And make no mistake, I'm not with that SA stuff. But, if that was the case, if that really happened to you, you should have said something then.
19-year-olds were essayed on his tour bus. It should have went to the police. But don't tell me he told you not to speak about it, so you kept quiet. But now you feel comfortable telling the world with 700,000 followers, but not the police. It doesn't make sense whatsoever. But the amount of glee that she gets from reading this, it's disturbing. And nobody should support this behavior. If those women are truly victims, tell them go get the help. Go put G-Eazy in prison if what he did is true.
Girl, this man is a coke vampire in 2017. Literally would be at parties like Count Cocula. Girl literally came into a room at a house party and he looked like this. Okay. Girl, okay. So I'm from the Bay. In high school, G-Eazy, aka Gerald, was big when I was a junior in high school. All the white idolized him, would crash his kickbacks in Oakland, etc. Anyways, he was underage girls, allegedly. And I went to college. My roommate confirmed she knew a 17-year-old who him after one of his performances out in the Bay. Anyways, he was too grown to be with and hanging with 17-year-olds. Weird ass. I don't know how old he was in 2013,
Why didn't you
but
say
we were all
something
like
then?
16, 17 at the time. I looked it up. He was 28, 29 in 2013. Screaming. Me too. Girl, I was in one of his music videos before COVID started, and he kept making out with the BG and the porn stars that were on set during scenes and in between. Then tried to call me over.
Again, here's my thing with all of these chicks that are alleging that G-Eazy SA'd them. If that was the case, yeah, why are you taking to social media to say something now? Why didn't you say something when this allegedly happened? Again, I'm not condoning it, but if this really did happen to you, why didn't you alert the authorities? Tell a close friend or family member so that he can be checked. Obviously, you must have been with the whole idea or whatever, or was probably consensual because you would have said something. You thought that you were going to basically get a magic carpet ride, and it didn't happen. Like, knock it off.
I shook my head so fast, he looks at me and goes, no. And I'm like, nah. He got so offended. So I don't have a super detailed story about him, but I've been around him with this guy I was dating that was his creative director. He has tiny feet and did a lot of blow. Unimpressed, to be honest. My friend's roommate in college, and he went on this college tour in 2013, and wham, bam, chlamydia immediately. A girlfriend of mine met him as a minor at like 17, and still to this day, his assistant will hit her up when he's in town. I've actively been with her when she's received a text. I saw some TikTok where he said that this was his move, but we were at an AVN after party. He was staring at me from across the room for like 10 minutes, geeked, leaning, comes over with his friend, doesn't speak to me, still staring, still not in this dimension, leans over, asks if I wanted to bathroom. Like, not cute. As an opening line, a few weeks later, the girl I was seeing is in his music video and hooks up with him. We broke up. She reaches out and says she had the clap from him. Time-wise, and I texted that you had sex with a rapper without a condom, which was a dick move of me. But him, everybody knows he's gross. Look at Tana Mojo's story of him knowing her and her friends were 16. But yeah, my joke is still, he tried to with the clap thing. But yeah, that first line of his, he tried to with the clap thing. But yeah, that first line of his really pissed me off because he said it as if he thought it was romantic, like I saw on TikTok, I saw it on some TikTok interview or something. But that's his move. He just stares at girls to make them feel special. It worked until I realized he was needing a focal point to stand up straight. I had a coworker who swore he raped her friend after roofing them after a show.
Her even being involved in these quote unquote victims' testimonies just damn near smeared the credibility of all of it. Right. If these women would have came out void of her and would have just came out and published their own testimonies without her, then they would probably have been treated differently. They probably would have been given, like more attention,
they would have been given grace.
But because they went through her, and her initial video was essentially her being upset that G-Eazy didn't find her attractive or didn't want to take her home and bang her lights out. So she's upset that G-Eazy didn't want to F her. It's absurd, right? And these allegations to me are very, very, very serious.
They are, yeah.
Very serious. And if they weren't presented by her, they would have been taken seriously. Now, if anything they're saying is true, hopefully they go to the proper channels and the proper authorities and get the help they need. But going through this lady right here is not the right choice, man. It's not the right. Nobody is taking your allegations seriously. If you go through somebody who has admitted they have a lifelong vendetta against somebody because they didn't want to have sex with them. Y'all let me know in the comment section, what do y'all think about this, man? All right, y'all think G-Eazy is guilty? Y'all think this lady is a clout chaser? Let me know, okay? And
she's
if you're
a clout
still watching
chaser.
This video.
All right, that's going to be the end of the video. Yeah, so as far as I'm concerned, just based off optics, this is just a quick cash grab. Like I said, this allegation bag is the move. It's been the move for quite some time now because ain't nothing else clicking for a lot of these chicks, respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Like, they OF page ain't take off like they thought it would. You know, their fragrance line ain't doing too good. So they're like, you know what? Who in my past can I say I've rubbed shoulders with that I could say allegedly did something? You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying anything ill to the people that really happened to, if it did happen, but man, come on. Y'all going through this chick, and now she's online on y'all's behalf speaking for y'all. Why don't y'all just come on out and say your name, say who you are? You know what I'm saying? Go to the authorities. If that, I mean, the statute of limitation, you know what I'm saying? Say something. But that shit probably didn't happen at all. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think. If you made it this far, I appreciate you. Make sure you chin check the like button, take the subway. Be sure to sound off in the comments till they kick your ass out. That being said, it's your boy Robbie. To the next video, we gone.